Please be seated. He doesn't look exalted and lifted up. He's bleeding from his scourging. He's sweating from the cross's weight. He is scraped, bruised, and dirty from his falls. He struggles for breath as he hangs crucified, and then he dies. He was never much to look at. He had no form or comeliness that we should look at him, the prophet writes. But in the Passion, even that appearance is marred beyond human semblance. People despised him. People rejected him. He was oppressed. He was afflicted. And when in the end they crucified him, they counted him stricken, struck down by God, and afflicted. No, he doesn't look exalted and lifted up. On the contrary, he looks broken and defeated. But appearances deceive, the prophet tells us. He will startle many nations. Kings, even kings who know nothing of him, will shut their mouths in astonishment at what they see. He is sinned against. He is the object of people's sin. Yet all that we see him endure is nothing compared to the hidden burden he bears in silence. He is wounded, wounded for our transgressions. He is bruised, bruised for our iniquities. The Lord has laid on him, the prophet declares, the iniquity of us all. All my iniquities, all your iniquities, all the iniquities of every human being who ever has been and is and shall be, is laid on this one man. How can that be? A person cannot do anything about his or her own sin, much less another's. A person cannot bear another person's sin. But however much we may sin against one another, every sin is a sin against God. And God is eternal, which means that what we count as the ages of ages is for him a single infinite moment. Thus, for God, all the sins of past, present, and future are brought together on that single eternal moment. We made the mess, Father Alsa reminded us last night, and Jesus came to clean it up. It's God who stands before us, seemingly broken and defeated. God made man. It is because this man is God that the entire weight of human iniquity is his burden. And it is because this man is man that he can do something about that burden. He himself is without sin. He had done no violence, and there was no deceit in his mouth. Yet for love of us, he bears our griefs. For love of us, he carries our sorrows. For love of us, he is bruised for our iniquities. For love of us, he is chastised to make us whole. His stripes heal us. And because he bears the iniquities of all, the righteous one offers every human being the possibility of being accounted righteous, of becoming righteous. Jesus is the righteous one. Jesus is without sin. The apostle tells us that the Father wills that his Son, made man, become sin in order to become the source of eternal salvation for humankind. It is the will of his Father and his own will that he is bruised. It is his Father's will and his own will that he be put to grief, all so that he may make himself an offering for sin, our sin. He who is without sin takes upon himself the entire burden of human iniquity. And in the final act in his lifelong sacrifice of obedience, begun with his emptying himself to become true man, he offers and presents that burden to his Father in his body on the cross. In her book, Nazareth Family, the servant of God, Catherine de Hook Doherty, writes, "Love who is God bends and takes from his beloved children the immense weight of original sin, all the darkness that the soul has walked in, all its endless searchings, its shed and unshed tears, and, O miracle of love, covers his own incomprehensible sinlessness, his white immaculateness, with the heavy, crushing, stinking mantle of them all. Then, bathed in his own precious blood, he lifts the burden and bears it to his Father, a spotless victim covered with our sins. St. John puts it more tersely. Jesus is the propitiation for our sins, and not for ours only, but for the sins of the whole world.